All right, man. So welcome back to Close Enough Garage. I know it's been a little while since I've updated, and honestly, this was never my main focus in life. When I'm not battling depression, I'm battling the fact that the nice weather is finally back in Ohio, and I've been out enjoying it. I have been kicking ass out here and doing 10 times more than a heart patient should. So, bring me my bowl. Thank you. It's part of today's project. So, I decided to get into a new thing. I've got a couple of tanks painted, motorcycle tanks. I was just kind of dicking around having fun with them. I'll go ahead and drop a picture here. This is a Popcorn Sutton tank. Popcorn Sutton was an old moonshiner who got real famous about it. If you don't know who he is, look it up. Really cool ass dude. So I did this tank to look like an old-fashioned moonshine barrel. And then it's all hand airbrushed and hand painted with the Sutton image itself is an image transfer. So I wanted to play around with that because I wanted to be able to, like, if somebody's like, hey, my dad, my mom, my grandpa, whatever died, and I want their image in a tank for memorialization, I can be like, yeah, dude, we can do that. And I don't have to worry about being accurate with the brushes because I can still incorporate it to the paintwork. So that's kind of the flex I was going for with this. And that wood grain is also 100% hand painted. I've also got a full pearlescent paint tie-dye tank that I'll drop right here. And that's, like I said, it's all also hand painted. It's completely pearlescent paints. It's all out of my airbrushes, nothing else. So I've been screwing around with that. Today I decided I'm going to give airbrushing a break. As far as this channel goes, guys, I screwed up, man. Because a lot of these YouTubers, they can focus on just one vehicle sometimes and have their whole channel about that vehicle. I picked too good of vehicles and I built them too well and did what I've done to them too well because I've had zero problems. I had one issue with rodeo. I pulled it in after the first run of the year and discovered that bike rides so rough it spit its own taillight bulb out, and that was it. So I just popped the bulb back into the socket. But anyway, I decided to put the airbrushes away and started looking at metal engraving because I've got a pneumatic graver. I've got all the tools, the tips, everything else I need to start doing that. Got a nice ball vise for it. I'm actually planning to break into jewelry making here at home. And a lot of the tools transfer between metal engraving and jewelry making. So that's going to be cool. My end goal is to get good enough at it and confident enough with it that I can wrap Rodeo's whole exhaust in hand engraved roses and rose vines and stuff. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But while I was looking at that, I started doing some more thinking and I learned that you can hot plate, I guess, steel with brass. You just heat the steel up with a torch and brush the brass on. So I'm going to look at doing that maybe this afternoon. And then I always thought electroplating was more of a process. Turns out it's not, and I've got everything here except muriatic acid. So what I'm going to be working on today is I found this old car battery. I found a couple of old car batteries back behind my garage. And I'm going to get this plugged in, get it on the lead setting for the AGM. And it's starting to desulfate and go ahead and charge that up already. So it's had 4 volts of power left in it. I've got no idea how long it's been behind the garage. I know it's probably been over winter, I think. I don't know, dude. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get this charged up. While this is charging up, my lovely daughter cleaned up this glass bowl here. Glass, because acid won't eat through that. I've got a bunch of copper wire it's old copper wire. I know it's pure copper. Why are my wife's hairs around wire in the garage? Guys, women, dude, not even once. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to strip the insulation off of this copper wire. Use this for my donor material. I'm going to cut the dirty ends off. Probably clean it by vinegar soaking it and then giving it a wash in some alcohol just to make sure as much impurities are off of it as possible. But basically, I guess the process from what I've read is as simple as hooking the battery up to your donor material and the piece to be plated and putting it in a muriatic acid bath, and it could take anywhere between a few minutes to a couple hours, but it will actually legitimately electroplate that part with copper. So to test it for the first time, I've just got a really shiny chrome washer here. So I'm going to go ahead while this thing's charging up. I'm going to get this wire stripped and get it prepped to do its thing. And then I'm going to hit the hardware store and get some of that muriatic acid that I'll need, and probably some alligator clip connectors. So we'll go ahead and make that all happen nice and quick. And God, hopefully I remember to come back. I've been scatterbrained lately, man, but we'll get this done. We'll see if it should make a pretty cool video. So I'll be back.
There.
All right, so I didn't know shit about this, but I didn't know it would do all this. I got the windows open. I got a mask on. We're gonna go with this anyway. So negative on that. I'll hang that in the solution. Now this is muriatic acid. Apparently it's not flammable. I spent a little bit of time on Google. It's also highly corrosive, and apparently you don't want to breathe the fumes. How about you bring it on in here, and let's look close when I introduce this. Dude, the washer's bubbling. Let me see this. I've got my buddy here helping me film. So yeah, they're both bubbling, dude. That's awesome. And apparently it's going to take from the positive side on this, transfer it through the muriatic acid to the negative side there. Now this muriatic acid, you can get it for about $9 a gallon at the local hardware store. That's what I paid for it. So, dude, that's nuts. Apparently this could take anywhere from like 10 minutes up to a couple of hours to work. Oh my God, look at all the vapor it's putting out, man. So I'm going to start letting that work, and I'm going to go step outside and have a smoke and then come back. Well, relatively outside. It's raining. Also, I've got a brass brush and a bronze brush here, and a couple more washers. And I seen another method earlier where you can brass or bronze plate shit with using just a Map Pro torch like this. You get it heated up and you just kind of rub the brush on it. So we're going to go ahead and try that too once this is done. We'll see if any of these methods work. Dude, that's awesome. It's breaking off pieces of the copper. That is crazy.
So the reaction's calming down quite a bit. Problem is, I'm not really seeing any transfer to that. It could take a while, I'm not sure. I've obviously never done this before. Look at that. I think it's cool, man. Even if it don't work, I got to play with something new that I haven't experienced. Now, of course, I've got a fan that's literally like sucking all the vapor right down to it and then right out the door. So we should be all right. So while I'm waiting on this reaction to happen, I've got a fan that's taking all these vapors away from me, which is why I'm not sitting here in the respirator anymore. I hate breathing through it. Besides, the cigarette's the original lung filter anyway. So, don't listen to me. The next one we're going to try is, from what I've learned today, you can heat a metal surface up from somewhere between 750 degrees Fahrenheit to about 930 degrees Fahrenheit. So I got my tint gun, my metal, my little torch here. I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. Once it gets up there, we'll take this brass brush, and apparently you're just supposed to go over the metal with the brush while it's still hot, and it will transfer it thermally, whatever the word is, And it should heat plate it. So there should be two different reactions going here. This one is supposed to be electrolysis reaction. This one is, you know, a thermal reaction. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll get this started and see what happens. Cheap ass striker, man. Stop buying tools on Amazon. Alright. Alright, so we're going to heat this washer up in this. I've got no idea how or if it's going to work. What's going to happen with it, but you know, it's science hour out here in Close Enough Garage, dude. We're having fun. I got my kid over here off screen watching all her dad's stupid craziness. My buddy's filming it. I've got no idea how long I gotta heat this for though. Hopefully before the vice grips start burning my hand, man. Yeah, it's only 130 degrees. We're gonna be here a minute, so go ahead and cut film and we'll come back.
Bam.
Alright, so we might be hot enough now. It's starting to glow red a little bit. And I believe this is stainless, so it's gone way past the blue stage, which I believe happens somewhere around 450 degrees. Some internet expert will jump on and correct me for that, and for once I thank you for it, but we're going to give this a try. So I think what you do is you just brush it with the brass brush. I'm not really seeing any transfer here, so we're going to stop filming again, and I'm going to bring another torch out. If I can't do it with two of these torches, I do have a map and oxygen set up that I know will do it, but I just really don't feel like going and setting it up. All my other stuff's out here, so that's where we're going to be. Well, about 20 seconds after introducing the propane torch to it as well, I'd say we're a little bit warm here. I think it's warm enough when it starts glowing. Of course, I don't know if this is stainless. Dude, I might have screwed this up and we might not be able to plate any of this stuff. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just some guy that's going to tell you not to do this at home while I'm trying it at home. So, dude, I think it's actually working. I'm starting to see some brass transfer. Can you see any of that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to keep heating it up and going then. Yes. Science, bitch. Oh man, we have fun here. I wonder if it would aid the transfer if I can't say that word. I'm gonna have to bleep that, I think.
Uh-oh.
No, I wonder if it would aid the transfer though if I could heat up the brass somehow, but it's on a piece of plastic. I don't think that would be the smartest idea. Ooh, even with the welding glove, dude, it's starting to get hot in my hand. Yeah, by the way, y'all will notice I transferred from a latex glove to a welding glove. It's a little toasty. I am starting to get some transfer. It's just really slow and light. So I wonder if it is my donor material or my host material then. And if I could get a better reaction from both of these by using just plain steel. So I'm going to shut these off. I'm going to go dig through my spare bolts and washers and all that to find something that's, you know, not stainless. So I don't know though, as it cools, it's starting to take more of a brass tone. It's an experiment, dude.
Yeah.
But this is not going at all. So it's either going to take way longer than I want it to, or I'm stupid and used the wrong material. I'm not even going to open that here. Alright.
action.
Alright, so yeah, I am dumb. The magnet didn't even touch it on the washer. It is pure stainless. This one I think's got some zinc content in it, but who knows? Maybe it'll be a good host. It is actually working. We're starting to get some of that brass transferred onto it. Look at that. I'll bet you if I hit that with a polisher, maybe I can bring it out a little better. Or maybe it'll take too much material off and it won't work at all. We'll have to see. That acid's still vaporizing like crazy, man. Let's try it again. That is working. So it looks like it would be a slow process. Like it's going to take forever. But I would say that's starting to plate it. Because it's gold now.
Yeah, you can really see it around the edges.
Yeah, I bet you if I kept hitting it like this, I'd probably get it really plated. So we're going to try it about 4 or 5 more times. And come back. Dude, so it is working. That's after about 5. Now the other side is still steely, zinky, ugly. I think I'm going to put this under a polisher though and see what ends up happening with it. If it keeps the brass color or if it's just so light on the surface that any polishing takes it away. I don't know, man. We're learning together. That's what's fun. Alright, we have an issue here. The hippie breathed some of this in. Whoops. I thought you were alright with acid, man. Look, though, hey, we're scientists, man. That's still a little warm. Ow. Anyway. That's brass, or bronze, I mean, that's one of the BR metals. It actually worked, guys. We heated it up till it started glowing. And I took about 3 passes on this one. Then this one with the brass, it did the same thing. So I'm really curious, like I said before, to see what happens when we heat it up, or polish it up. Now this is really warm. Wow, that battery is kicking, dude. So the battery head on there turned out to be junk. My charger read it as full, but apparently it wasn't full. We put a brand new battery up to it, and it just kicked a piece of something off of it.
Yeah.
I think we may have overcooked this one. Ow, dude, yeah, that's warm. What is going on here? So, in the future, we're going to use thicker wires.
Yeah, look at it. It straight melted it.
Dude, this stuff is insane. Such a fun experiment, though.
Yeah.
What is it? Is that proper? I think it's a part of my alligator clip or something that's actually melted into it. We're about to burn my desk, man. I don't know, but I'm gonna let this cool down. I'm gonna get some water to throw on it and kind of try to neutralize it a bit. And then I guess I should probably Google how to neutralize the acid or dispose the acid in the bowl, because I got so excited I never got that far. But hey, man, I mean, so we'll go ahead and cut video. I'll get everything cleaned up here. I'm gonna knock whatever this scale is off that's built up on it. I think it's copper. I have no idea. I've never been here before, dude, and I didn't bring a map. So we'll try to get it cleaned up, and we'll see what's going on with it, and I'm also going to see how I can improve it in the future. But if these wires got this hot, then I think next time I'm just going to grab a pair of jumper cables and go for it that way. I've got a pair hanging over there. Obviously, I've got tons of them, so I think that'll be the next step. But the positive thing is, even if this crapped out, the heat plating worked. I just don't know how well it worked. So, we'll be right back.
Bam.
Alright, so to neutralize this, I added some water, as Google had told me, and then you slowly add, wow, that wasn't slowly. You slowly add baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. And that will eventually neutralize the acid to be safe enough to dump down your sink drain. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I've got materials that are made out of the same plastic as the container that holds the muriatic acid. So I'm going to neutralize it, and then dump it into one of those plastic containers and see if I can find somewhere that will take it, or double check, triple check, make sure that I am disposing this in an environmentally safe manner. The cool thing is, I got that scaling off, and that was like a matter of 3 to 5 minutes, man, and it is copper. So, just like these brass and bronze, I'm going to go ahead and polish it up and see what it gives us as the end result. I will say, if polishing it takes it off, what I'm seeing already is that the plating took on the same sheen as the donor material. So if I polish it and it takes it off, that's fine. That just means I know for the future, I need to go ahead and polish it beforehand to like a mirrored finish and then plate it. So, but hey dude, this was fun. So anyway, now that we've all learned something, we've had a great time out here. I want to thank you guys for checking me out. Go ahead, do the like, share, subscribe. I would normally end this with hopefully we help somebody else, or hopefully we helped somebody today. But, you know, we helped ourselves, man. We all had a blast doing this, and I want to do more cool stuff like this. So, have a good night. Be safe out there.